Now look, I know you are a salesperson, but what if I were to tell you you're actually a sales factory? Welcome back, everyone, to the 5-Minute Sales Training, where today we're going to talk about why sales behaviors are more important than sales results. In fact, I believe this so much that I made it the focus of my new book, Maximize. It's all about how great habits are better than great intentions. It's not about what you decide, it's about what you do. And Maximize is going to show you 8 daily habits that can help you get more than your fair share of sales in any market. Check it out at jeffshore.com/maximize. I want you to think of yourself as a factory, specifically as a sales factory. Just go with me on that mental journey here a little bit today. Like any factory, you have inputs and you have outputs. In this case, the inputs are going to be your focus and your energy.
This is a game of focus.
Now, those inputs connect you to a raw material called a lead.
Well, reason for the call today, John, is something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen.
And then the output is going to be, of course, a sale to a satisfied customer.
We got a deal. All right.
So if you think of yourself as a sales factory, then the sales process can be seen as something of an assembly line. And in any assembly line, there are stations or departments all along the way. So I want you to picture yourself as the general manager of this factory, and you're overseeing all of the different stations. So as the GM, you've got a critical eye. You're evaluating all of the different processes and trying to determine what's working well and what's working not so well. So let's break down the sale into its component parts. Now, the first station will be your lead generation and prospecting station. Look critically at your efforts here. How intense is this work? Is it getting the focused attention and quality concentration that it really needs? Now, this station is, of course, all about your commitment and your achievement drive. You can't overlook that. The second station would be a rapport and trust building station. Again, you're the GM, you're being evaluative. How is this working? Because this is where you bring your very best to that new conversation with a customer.
Hello there.
But it's more than just about your mindset, it's about your behavior. What are these specific behaviors that you can count on in this rapport and trust building time? Can you identify them? Tell me in the comments below what those specific behaviors are for you as they relate to rapport and trust. All right, what's the next station in our tour of our factory? Next, we look at the discovery station. Again, think about the specific questions, those behaviors that will lead you to the right results. Questions to a salesperson are like a paintbrush in the hand of an artist.
Let's decide. Maybe there's a happy tree, evergreen tree.
You should be consistently evaluating the quality of your questions and the way in which you ask them. After all, this is one of the most important stations in your sales factory. All right, next we move on to the solution station. This is where we take everything that we've learned about our customer and hand it back to them in the form of a solution to their problem. If I'm thinking like a general manager, I'm thinking in terms of quality control. In this case, the quality control question would be, how appropriate and effective is the solution that I'm providing for this particular customer? And then, am I providing it with enthusiasm and energy and excitement? After that, we move to the issues and objections station. I think of this like a quality assurance step to a general manager of a factory. Now look, no factory is without its flaws and problem points in the production process, and we know that to be true in the sales process as well. So this is where we make those course corrections and keep the sale moving forward. How are you doing in this area? And how much do you even embrace the opportunity to solve problems and handle objections? The final station, of course, is the closing and follow-up station. This is asking for the sale, dealing with any issues that are outstanding, and asking for the sale again. It doesn't matter if my factory was running perfectly up to this point. When it's time to ask for the sale, everything hinges on the quality of this step. And I do mean everything. Now look, if you're the general manager of a factory, what are you doing? You're focusing in What do you see that needs work? What station do you need to address? So I suggest you do a behavior evaluation and then ask yourself the question, what matters most? What are the opportunities to fix the flaws in my factory? After all, if you want the best outcome, it comes from the best behaviors. Hey, thanks for watching today's 5-minute sales training, and until next time, my friends, learn more to earn more.